Welcome back, folks, to Investor Diaries. This is our home ownership series, video 10. In our previous video, we looked at the steps you need to take while selling a house. And we spoke about the initial steps, such as what would be your cost, what would be the price of the house, and how you should be selling the house. In this video, we'll look at the other parameters associated with it, such as preparing your property for sale. We'll speak about preparing for the final offer, so on and so forth. So, Nidish, as we are speaking about preparing your property for sale, what are the things that our viewers who are thinking about selling the house should be concerned about?
Yeah, welcome back, folks. Yeah, so let's talk about what are the different ways you prepare your property, right? So the key thing is it's an advertisement for your property, right? So you have to make sure it you are able to sell your property or attract a lot more prospective bidders or buyers to your property, right? So one of the key things to do that is to first create a standout listing, right? So what are the key things you do for a standard listing? Make sure you get the best, you squeeze the best out of your house, right? Have make sure the house is like spick and span. Maybe you can repaint the house so that it looks fresh, clean, new. Perhaps you could also upgrade your appliances because nobody wants to see a house with rusty old kitchen appliances, your old rusted bread toaster or whatever, right? Perhaps doing a couple of sprucing up would add value. Get a professional photographer coming to your house, right? You can make sure the photographer will make sure the natural light is captured really well. It will portray your house in the best possible way. And then the other thing is also creating a great listing with a great story, right? Everybody loves a good story for the house. So you could come out with this story on how this listing of the house was a great fit for you and could be a great fit for one of the prospective bidders. And then add out key features like the big closets that you have or the square footage of the house. Or you can also talk about some of the amenities that makes your house stand out or unique compared to other houses in the neighborhood. You could also add features like the walk score of the house, the neighborhood of the house, how safe it is, that you want to be living in this neighborhood. You could talk about the proximity to the grocery stores, gyms, schools, different public transport. So these are the key things that typically folks look out, right, when they want to move into a house. You want to be living in a safe neighborhood. You want your kids to go to one of the best schools, right? You could add what are the ratings of the schools that are in that neighborhood. You want also to go to groceries. You want to also make sure there is a proximity to public transit in case you ever want to take that. So essentially make sure you portray the best out of the house with all the different features, attributes, amenities, and a good picture so that the house kind of stands out among the other listings.
Yeah, great points, Nidesh. I think presentation is the key. And if, for example, the house is being valued at about $1 million, doing these small things can actually increase the price of your house. So definitely you'll have to pay a little bit of money for it, but we believe that you should do it because if you're able to get the price increased by 40, 50, $60,000 or get this in a bidding war kind of a situation, remember you as the seller are the most to gain for it for just a slight increase in cost.
Yeah, and one key point to mention there is also don't be shy from spending a little extra to spruce up your house, like getting a professional photographer, upgrading a few appliances because it is going to pay you in greater dividends in future.
Yeah, the next one is what do you do to the house? Now, this is related to what Nitish was talking about. So, you can actually put in some sort of curb appeal. So, at the porch of the house, you really try to paint it up. So, this makes a very strong first impression. If it's a condo, then the entrance of the house, you can assume that that's probably the first place that the viewers are going to see. So, you really, really take good care of that. Then you probably can think about the mailbox. you can have a nice mailbox, or you can think about the walkways. So you really maintain it in a nice way so that your house seems to be the best version of itself. The next one is staging. Now, staging is, as a concept, is very, very simple. You work with your realtor and you get your house staged. What this means is that the professional agency which is going to be involved in staging is going to put furniture in that house. They're going to put fresh curtains in that house, and the house is going to stand out from others. This is all adding towards the presentation. This all adds towards making a lasting impression for the viewers. Now, mind you, this can cost, say, hundreds of dollars per room, but doing this, the cost far outweighs the benefits. Because think about it this way, again, we'll go back to that same example. A $1 million house, if you're able to make a sale which is $50,000 more in the value, remember, you pocket the entire $50,000, because all that you have to do is you have to pay the same amount of money to your financial institution as your mortgage prepayment. Now, having looked at all this, let's talk about the other aspect, which is the offer process. So Nitish, what are the typical things involved in this?
Yeah, so typically when you put out the offer process or when you put out the listing, somebody comes and views the house, they'll really like it, they put out an offer, right? So the average time a home will stay on the market before going under the contract will vary between different markets, right? In some other markets are hotting up this time, so there'll be more prospective bidders coming and viewing, and then they'll put an offer. But some markets may not be. So it really depends on that situation. And once someone puts out an offer, you as a seller have the final say in who gets the house, right? So you can either accept the offer as is, you could decline it, or you could make a counter offer, right? So the negotiation process is kind of tricky, and also keep in mind, every stakeholder in this negotiation wants to eventually feel like they got a great deal. The seller wants a great price. The buyer wants to feel also that they got a house at a good deal. That's the only way that the negotiation would actually conclude. All the parties, all the stakeholders need to feel like they're getting something out of it. Now, once there is an offer, there are also different kinds of offers, right? So there could be an offer, a buyer could put a conditional offer, which means that their offer is contingent upon financing or contingent upon home inspection successfully going through. And then there could be firm offers. Firm offers mean that no matter what the financing or the inspection, no matter what the outcome is, I, as a buyer, would definitely purchase your house. So in these cases, what we eventually want to convey from Investor Diary's perspective is that the highest offer may not always be the best offer. It's always important to look at the different terms of the offer as well, whether it's conditional, whether it's firm. What are the different other nuances that the offer has? So what is the profile of the buyer too, right? So all these things are pretty important. So I think it's important to consider all of that aspects. For example, a firm offer of, going back to Appy's example, $1 million and 40,000 might be better than a conditional offer of $1 million and 50,000, right? Because even though the conditional offer is higher, the firm offer gives you a guarantee that no matter what the outcome of financing or inspection is, you're gonna get this buyer to pay you that money. And keep in mind, the conditional offer on financing has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with the house. It all depends on the buyer's profile, the buyer's mortgage lender giving the buyer a mortgage or different financing options. So it's important to keep all that in mind.
Yeah, the profile of the buyer becomes very important when you speak about a condition of financing, because if a buyer who has a great full-time job would have easier access to capital than a buyer who doesn't. And the final step is prepare for the final transaction. Now, granted that this step basically involves most of the legwork from the buyer's end, and all that you have to do is wait for the closing date, because on that date money will be transferred to your account from the trust account of the buyer's lawyer. So you just have to wait through this. If there is a financing aspect, you'll probably get some sort of notification. You have to review important documents during this time. If there was a condition on, say, home inspection, you probably hear more from the buyer's end on what that home inspection yielded. So you'll have to just be mindful of that, because if, let's say, there's a condition and that condition falls through, then remember, you have to start that process all over again. So the home buyer, or rather selling of the house, is not complete till you have money in your account. So that's really, really important. Accepting the offer is just a partial step towards closing the deal. So this was it, folks, as far as our home ownership series Selling a House is concerned. We hope you liked it, and we'll be making similar content in the future. So please feel free to subscribe to our channel so that you always have the latest up-to-dates from us.
Yeah. And thanks everyone for tuning in. This concludes our home ownership series. We've done 10 videos on this. So feel free to give feedback or comments on how you like different aspects of it. And please let us know if you want us to go through any other different nuances of the home ownership. So stay tuned for further updates, and until then, it's goodbye from us.
Thank you.